Hi there everybody. On today's video I have this BMW E90 and I've got the engine light on. I checked the fault codes. The car is running fine, but it's just that obviously the engine light came on, and after checking the fault codes with the launch OBD reader, I have a fault code saying that there's an issue with the purge valve. So the valve that is in charge of is connected to the fuel tank and recirculating the fuel tank fumes. It's just saying that it's a malfunction. So I'm gonna use my computer here. I'm gonna check the fault codes via the ISTA, and then we'll see what that says. Okay, so I've got ISTA D here, and I'm just going to read the fault codes. Just going to do a complete identification, and that's going to check for hopefully all the fault codes. So we'll give that some time. Okay, so this is the one with the N43 engine, and it's actually a 2009. Now we have the vehicle equipment control unit 3 DME. There is a fault code, and that fault code is display full memory down here. Now it says 02A19 tank venting valve activation. So if I delete that fault code, the engine light goes off. So it could be that we have an issue with the valve itself, or whether there is a fuse that accommodates this valve. I'm not sure. So that's something we're going to investigate, and I will go ahead with the video. Okay, looking at this here, it's telling me there is a fuse, 20 amp fuse number 38 here in the junction box, and then we have the valve itself, and then we have the DME. So this would be the ECU here, and I hope there's nothing wrong with the ECU. We have the valve here, like I said, the fuse. So maybe we should first check the fuse number 38, and then we'll check the valve. This valve, according to this, a bit better there. According to this, the valve is just sitting right there on top. What is it? This is a kind of the throttle, some kind of throttle body here. This is the intake manifold, and this little valve is sitting on top of it with a electrical plug here, one tube going down there and one not. So at least we have access to that. So the possible causes, there's two connections. There could be an issue with the wiring, or the valve itself will be defective. Right, so the best thing to do would be best to start with the fuse number 38. Now the fuses in this car are behind the glove box here, which is a little bit of a pain, but we'll have a look at that. But also, before we check the fuse, we can activate the valve via the software. So it says here activate the tank valve, and if we press continue, establish following vehicle condition: engine off, ignition on. My ignition is on, so I'm just gonna press continue down there. Now it says the tank vent valve is cyclically activated in the next test step. The tank vent valve is open and closed cyclically. Listen for switching noise from engine compartment. Activation of fuel tank vent valve. Continue. So I'm gonna continue, and then we can go and see if we can hear anything. Right, remaining activation is 17 seconds. And this is the one here, and I can't hear anything at all. It says we should be able to hear some kind of clicking or something. Right. Could activation of the fuel vent valve be heard? So, no. And then continue. Now it says check the following possible causes of faults: lines, plug connection faulty, voltage supply, fuse, ground connections faulty, fuel tank vent valve defective. And go to the selection, so we'll just continue. Check lines and plugs, so you can sort of follow what is written in here. It's just going to tell you or show you what to do. Check the lines between following components: engine control unit and tank vent valve, signal name, repair line plug connection if necessary. And then it will go back. Check the voltage supply. That is something that we could do. Check the voltage supply to the following components according to the wiring diagram: tank vent valve, check line UHR, repair voltage supply as required. So it says check line UHR and fuse. So that is the line that goes from the wire, basically, that goes from the fuse to the valve itself. Should have some kind of voltage. I am guessing supply terminal 87 via fuse. Okay, so I just want to set up my multimeter here in order to check the valve, the wiring. So as we said, this is the valve here, so we can activate the valve via the software, and then we can check if we have voltage. So we just need to plug this, press the clip here and pull this socket out like so, and then and then the whole thing comes out. Okay, so I think we discover what's happening here. That is very weird. To be fair, it looks like it's been eaten by a mouse. I've been having so many mice problems lately. They've been eating all my cars, although this one isn't mine. Alright, so okay, I went ahead and repaired the wiring there. So definitely check your wiring if you're checking this kind of fault. Now, assuming my wiring was okay, I plugged in these paper clips into that plug. Just don't make sure they don't touch each other. And I'm going to operate the valve from the software, and then we can see if we have any voltage here. At the moment this is fluctuating a little bit, but I do have a bit of a dodgy meter here. Well, let's have a look. I'm expecting there to be around 12 volts. So activate the valve again. 20 seconds. Okay, there we are. We have a 6 voltage, it's fluctuating a little bit, so we have some volts. So it's not 12 volts. I thought it might be 12. Now it's activation is gone off, so it's 1 volt. So that's how you could find out if your wiring is okay or not. And if you didn't have any voltage there and you notice your wiring is okay, then you want to go and check the fuse. So in my case, obviously it was a wire situation. I can reconnect the valve and happy days. So now we can, I can just close this page here, and I'm going to just clear the fault codes. Delete fault codes. Yes. And that should be it, really. That should be everything we have to do for this, for that particular fault code. So I don't know, I hope this video helps. Obviously you can check your fuses in there if you had an issue. I was just having a look, but obviously I don't need to. My wiring was broken. So yeah, like I said guys, I hope this video helps. Today is a very sunny and nice day out there, really to be enjoyed rather than to be working. So don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. And don't forget to give me a like.